Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and if the look on my face is dead serious, it's because, yeah, I called out something shady a year ago, and guess what? I've been vindicated. Now, again, I think January 2023 is the month of wild stuff coming in at us, okay, ladies and gentlemen? Some of the most insane things have the house of cards has been crashing for a lot of things. One of these is a project known as ClueCoin. Now, of course, about over a year ago, back in 2021, I made this post where I quote tweeted something that Fraser K had posted in regards to a promotion of a certain token known as ClueCoin at the time. Now, I said, yeah, bro, the scam is going real nuts, isn't it? Where I showed a price chart for one of these Clue tokens that was going up and boom, hit the ground. Like those old YouTube tutorials. Let the bodies hit the floor. Yeah, that's pretty much where we were getting at, okay? Now, of course, even at the time, I was criticized by the person DNP3, who anyone who calls Clue a scam clearly hasn't done any research. Imagine using screenshots from the market tanking to fit a narrative. Now, of course, I even ended up talking to this guy, ladies and gentlemen, too. We ended up having some DMs. We talked about it. Now, at the time, he also assured me that the project was not a scam. All right, I'm working with Visa on a rewards program that will give users the ability to stake their Clue tokens and earn rewards, and will have the ability to donate to charities, the right from the wallet, so people can use it as a tax write-off. And ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to these entire scenarios, obviously DNP3 at the time told me they started and exited 3 startup companies and have a lot of experience with it. I'm using Clue as a way to help establish charities around the world while building a very large crypto community. Of course, all of it sounds altruistic and nice on paper. And of course, when it comes to a lot of these crypto guys, they're very, very quick to throw other people under the bus. So why am I sharing all of this now in 2023? Well, ladies and gentlemen, January 3rd, 2023 rolls around and DNP3 posts, I'm sorry. Now, of course, this is a twit longer, and thank God it's not too much, so my sanity can still remain intact. Let's read what they're sorry about. I'm sorry, there's no easy way to deliver this news, and it's by far one of the toughest messages I've ever had to deliver in my life. Over the last year, I got incredibly addicted to gambling. Every Dolan I could find, I would put into stake. Remember Stake, one of the largest online crypto casinos in the world? In the hopes of winning big. Even when the big wins did happen, it wasn't enough. Eventually, I lost everything. In addition to my own life savings, I also irresponsibly used investor funds to try and get my money back from the casino, which was wrong for so many reasons. Okay, first off, 2 problems with the statement. You ain't winning against the casino, my man. That's the whole point. You ever walk into the Bellagio? You ever walk into a casino and you're like, wow, this is a real nice place. Wow, they're really profitable. You know why? Because they're good at taking money out of idiots. Of course, let's whittle on back real quick. I irresponsibly also used investor funds, pretty much admitting that the money that was put into these projects at the time, whatever this person had their money dipped into, investor money, was used so this scumbag could gamble. That's what we've learned here. To all my friends, family, and everyone who believed in me, I'm so deeply sorry. There aren't words to describe the level of shame and guilt I feel. I can no longer live in this dark world, and this is my attempt to break free. I am now completely broke both financially and spiritually. My sense of trust in myself is compromised. I'm working with a help group to start the path to recovery. I will create a separate tweet, which will have the next steps for each projects I was involved in, like Clue, Xenia, Gridcraft, and Goobers. I am sorry that I betrayed your trust. I am sorry that I did not live up to my values of integrity. I am sorry that I let you all down. I am sorry. Now, besides the most Canadian post that I'm actually seeing right now, let's get started with some realities over here. Look, I am empathetic. Gambling is a real addiction, first off, okay? Unfortunately, I have seen it in my own family. I've seen it in my own friends. Once gambling takes a hold of you, It is very hard to get out of. People lose their money, and ultimately the harm falls upon their loved ones. You know, dads who are gambling addicts, they burn all the money that they could have been using to support their children, support their lifestyle, support anything positive in their life. It all gets sucked away into this bottomless pit of gambling. And that's why I'm so against it. You think that I haven't had $500,000 deals thrown at me per month to just sit around and gamble, of which I could at least take away 6 figures a month out of, make millions a year on top of whatever? Sure, I could. But this is absolutely pimping a vice that leaves some of the most some people so addicted that they will burn everything. You can have literal multi-millionaires become absolutely broke just with gambling addictions, okay? It's that powerful. And it's why peddling this kind of stuff, and it's why looking at it from afar is so painful, especially for me to keep watching. So, of course, if you looked into the content that DNP was posting, one of the streams that he was doing at the time, if you look around, was just gambling away money, all right? Again, I don't understand the point of these live streams. These people literally have gambling, like, they're literally running this shit on autoplay. Again, I don't see it. I guess there's a few wins to watch, but again, I don't get the whole gambling streams. I'm sure some people enjoy them for whatever reason, but that's kind of the content that this guy was doing. Now, if you don't know DNP3, DNP3 has been known for giving away about $110,000 to streamers, so we have to kind of question the funds that this guy has. So 6 figures to streamers, all right, that's donated to a lot of them, whether they be large or small. Then you've got other situations where he's like officiated weddings in Minecraft, at least one that he's posted so publicly and freely. Wild stuff indeed. And again, if he's not doing that, you can see all the way back in 2021, some of the money that was being used was to rent out the Miami Convention Center, which doesn't really seem like it would be one of the cheapest things that I would ever see. So again, you have to kind of wonder, like, A, with all these donation bombs and this kind of content, there's got to be some serious bankroll going on. And of course, looking further into it, it really seems like this bankroll may have been done through these crypto projects. Now, of course, going back to the addiction, even DNP says, I've never understood addiction until this year when I finally fell victim to it. I hope whoever is fighting their own addiction gets help and can push through. You're not alone in this fight. I know it changes you, and many will not understand it. It causes pain for so many. And of course, you've got a lot of people saying, no offense, but I don't believe you. And to be honest, I kind of don't either. But we'll get to all of that in a little bit. So to understand with KlueCoin, obviously people are asking what's going on with the project now. Like even on their official Reddit board, what is happening to KlueCoin? So you open it up over here real quick. DNP has admitted to using around $500,000 of KlueCoin funds to gamble with. Some people believe there's more because there are over $2.3 million of transactions unaccounted for. Some users report over $9 million worth is lost, which is an unverified rumor. DNP3 assured us that they were used to fund other projects such as Xenia Rust, Gritcraft, Minecraft Server, Goobers NFT, and other projects. Again, you have to believe DNP3 at their word at this point. He claims every transaction can be verified through the networks. That is, if someone was to do some digging and link everything that is publicly available. As for what's happening, DNP3 is transitioning all the projects over to the staff members for each individual project. There will be new CEOs, owners of KlueCoin, Xenia, Gritcraft, Goobers, NFT, and the rest. Same goes for other public discords. Everyone will be assigned a new administrator owner other than DNP3. The only discord he will continue to own is his own personal one, which is the Wolf Pack. I'm not going to get into the technicalities of it, but it really seems like these big, massive projects were used, and their money was unfortunately in some capacity reappropriated for gambling, which effectively meant that money was lost, and it was used as funny money for this streamer in particular. Now, of course, even if you look at the projects, and I want to take a quick little dive into it. For instance, a lot of these crypto projects, especially when these crypto guys come up and say, I started businesses, guys. I really want to look at some of these businesses in question. Like, for instance, Goobers NFT is some weird game where you can unlock, for instance, right here's a story. Get this. Goobers is a collection of 15,000 entirely unique and randomized NFTs. What does the Goober look like? Right there, boys. It's green TMNT come right there. The multi-trillion-dollar corporation Chemico, producer of high-end shampoos for the filthy rich, dreamed of making the perfect formula. Again, ChatGPT might have just written a story similar to this anyways. Let's go down over here. You've got common, rare, uber rare, super uber rare ones. Okay, so you've got some robotic goobers, and you've got some red goobers, all right? At the end of the day, how much is the goober worth? Who really knows? At the end of the day, these projects tend to die in the water everywhere. The Gritcraft project, I swear, is still coming soon. When is coming soon? Who knows? And who cares? And KlueCoin, for those of you who don't know, if we go to their actual website real quickly, you can find out KlueCoin is, a coin project that is about there to change the world. It's a hyper-deflationary token with a smart staking system. Hold, earn, and help others in need. Again, all these projects sound so altruistic in paper, but again, what utility is there other than buy these tokens and hold on to them and earn money? Who knows? If you actually look at their white paper, it's not available. You can't really find and get any information. Surprisingly, it's the one thing on their website that doesn't work for whatever reason. Again, the whole point of these currencies, and from what it appears, is most of these coins that exist appear so that people can buy into them for $100 and hope that their value increases to like $200, $300 so they can sell it on the open market, or sometimes they're incentivized to hold on to those tokens, stake them, and effectively hope to make money off of these tokens. Again, because there's no utility into them, they really just rely on people constantly dumping in money and money and money until eventually people stop doing so and the whole house of cards effectively starts to collapse. Now, one of the things that I wanted to look into while I'm playing Deus Ex in the back over there is this really money that's gambled? And really, how can we actually look at the amount of money? Well, in reality, it is the blockchain, right? And at the end of the day, if DNP3 wants us to really look at the blockchain and verify, and hey, tons of other crypto experts say that the blockchain doesn't lie, let's actually just look at some of the money flowing around to get a sort of clearer idea of just how much money we're looking at in total. So for instance, I decided to go on a little bit of a digging adventure here and look up DNP3's tweets. Now, DNP3 tweeted out his actual Ethereum address, and you can see this in one of these posts right here. So here they're talking about Payne ETH is mentioning something known as the Goober NFT, which we looked at. And then, of course, you've got another person saying, when DNP3 changes his profile to his Honoroo for a day, send it to my wallet and see what happens. That's DNP3's actual Twitter account. Of course, one of them says, can I get the Addy? To which this guy gives out dnp3.ethereum. So again, I decided, sure, let's look up dnp3 Ethereum. Let's go check it out real quick. So again, I looked it up, and apparently it led me to this address, OXO82A7C12A2, you get it. So of course, I even checked it out on the old OpenSea, and it turns out this might be DNP3's verified account. He tweeted out the address, and the address led me here. To which I decided to go to Etherscan and look up this address real quickly. Now, of course, you can see that the Ethereum value sitting on the account is around $551. Not really something that I was looking into. Now, instead of looking through all of the transactions, because there's around 2,237 of them, 2,337, made a mistake there. Before I blow my mind out by looking at this kind of nonsense, I'm just going to throw it into a bunch of tools that I can use to clear up some of the clutter, so to speak. Now, you might remember BitQuery. All I did was I tossed in this address in here, and of course I realized, damn, this guy's on a million different nets here. So again, I only care about the Ethereum one myself. So I clicked on that and I went into this post right here. So again, you can see this is... Now, by looking at OXO82A7C12, you get it. Their outflow, meaning money that they're sending out, I wanted to see who the top senders were. So in some cases, you can actually see one of the top accounts here in this case was this one in particular that caught my attention, which was OX8BC8F3. Now, there's a few other different exchanges over here. You can see that in some cases, accounts at almost $1 million here. But this account, OX8BC, was kind of standing out to me because you saw 31 different transactions. And of course, it totaled up to $141,000. Now, again, I want to remind you, whenever you send somebody over $100,000, they're either a really good friend or maybe that's another account that you may own. Again, on a personal level, I myself have multiple crypto wallet accounts, and I could transact money. You can make as many crypto wallet accounts as you can. I'm just speaking from my personal experience. If I'm sending $100,000 in cryptocurrency to somebody, it's probably somebody I know real well, an exchange, or another account that I possess. So again, I decided to go into OX8BC8F3CEDB. So again, I wanted to jump into this, and I decided to actually go into the date here and tie it all the way back to somewhere around, I would say, 2019. Okay, so just about just a few years ago. All right, and I wanted to look at what this account was up to, pretty much the 5th of this month. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, what's wild to me is this account was effectively sending around $8.9 million, all right, in some cases, $300,000 nearly of USDC, which as some people know is a stable currency, which means one of those tokens is equivalent to $1. Again, who is this account? What's going on over here? I decided to take this account over here, just copy it real quick, and throw it into Etherscan to see just who this account necessarily was. So OX8BC8F3, who received $100,000, is an account that's been sending out money to Binance US. Now, Binance, for those of you who don't know, is a massive crypto exchange, which kind of begs the question, if $8.9 million, actually over $9 million is getting sent to this account, who owns this? What's going on over here? What's actually at play? Again, people are questioning the gambling because they're using blockchains to look around and see just where the money is going. Now, I'm not saying this is indicative of any nasty behavior. I'm sure DNP3 suffers from a gambling addiction. I've seen him gamble. There's no reason for me to doubt that an addiction isn't present. But when we're looking at the volumes of money being sent around, people are looking at these wallets in a much suspicious manner. And again, they have reason to expect that there is some shadiness going on. Again, ladies and gentlemen, some of these wallets were as active as 2 days ago, just sending out money to Binance US, whether to cash out or exchange in some other more valuable token, so to believe. Now again, even that wallet has received a substantial amount of money from other accounts. Remember, OXO82A7C12 was, of course, our friend DNP3 as verified by this crypto wallet. But there are more accounts. For instance, one sent almost $500,000. One did send over $500,000. In some cases, accounts have put in almost $3 million in 45 transactions from other various accounts too. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just me that was looking into this as well. There were also other researchers in the game that were looking into it, like ZachXBT, for those of you who don't know, has made several amazing threads looking into it. Again, I want to remind you guys, when it comes to these US Binance or exchange wallets that are used as deposit addresses, they're not shared. Typically, if I want to put money into anything, I have my own Binance deposit addresses. So you put money into the exchange wallet, the exchange looks at your exchange wallet, looks at the differences. Like, for instance, if they find out that, hey, $200,000 have been put into our wallet, they can then, throw that money somewhere else and credit you or give you your $200,000 another way. That's how an exchange works, right? So again, looking into it, I think the question that DNP should really give out is a proper, thorough accounting from him onto what has actually happened with the money around. If hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars have been misappropriated as funny money for shit on the internet, then honestly, this guy needs to go to jail. Now, I'm sure people are saying that his lawyers have probably told him not to go say that kind of stuff, not to go mention things more than they should. But if you go back to the tweet longer, the guy literally admitted that he actually embezzled investor money in order to gamble. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I get it. I have sympathy for a lot of these people, but nothing is going to change unless anybody who's been personally affected here goes to this website, ic3.gov/home/file complaint. Go over here and actually file a complaint on our buddy over here, okay? Because if you have been harmed financially, if you have been taken advantage of, you should file a complaint with the Federal Bureau of Investigation against DNP3 so that this guy can face justice. If it sounds harsh that I'm saying it like this, I don't care if you're addicted to gambling. I don't care, period. It sucks. Trust me, I have empathy there. But if you've been misappropriating funny money like this, then you deserve to go to jail, all right? You don't cross go, you don't collect the $200, you go right to fucking jail. No questions asked. And at the end of the day, all right, there needs to be an investigation with this thoroughly by a law enforcement agency. And at the end of the day, all right, at the end of the day, Nobody, all right, can say that this is a victimless crime, because no matter how you look at financial fraud or financial crimes, ultimately the person affected the most is somebody who fell for this and put their money in. And I know there's an amount of personal responsibility that we tie to these situations, but again, fraud is fraud, all right? And this needs to be dealt with appropriately. Now, of course, looking into this even closer, you know, anytime I've seen this kind of stuff break out, and it always gets outed for being some internet shenanigans, some fraudulent activity, all of a sudden their Reddit boards, their Discord servers get filed up with, hey guys, here's how to take care of your mental health. Here's the prevention hotline. Why are we even letting it get to that stage? This guy literally came out and said, hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm flat broke now because I burned not only my own money, but also your money. Ladies and gentlemen, DNP3 needs to be held up for the crimes that he is straight up admitted to. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no remorse for any of these people. I don't care. Honestly, given what he's admitted to, he needs to absolutely have the Fed show up and throw him into a goddamn slammer just to pay for the crimes that they have actually committed. And if you disagree with me, then leave for a few years, come back when you've grown up, and then we can talk about how the real world works. But ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar, and I hope to God that the feds do something about it. They probably won't, which is sad to think, but this is a lot of money potentially, and it really needs to be investigated. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.